Hello everyone, welcome back to the Case of the Golden Idol. I guess technically these DLCs are called Case of the Golden Idol Mysteries. We just did the previous mystery, the Spider of Lanka. And I'm moving on with the second and so far last, but I mean maybe there'll be more, of the DLCs for the game, the Lemurian Vampire, which I understand is a sequel to the prequel, i.e. it comes in between the main game and the DLC, which was before the main game. It's cataloging the... well, from what I hear on the Steam store page, it is somehow about the exploration of Monkey Island itself, which we caught the very tail end of in the main game to obtain the Golden Idol. Anyway, so let's see what this has to say. Probably this will tell us. It is too dangerous to approach the island in the storm, most radiant Raja. We must. I am out of time. I hear and obey. Okay, so this is the Raja kind of king figure we found in case 2 of the last episode, who had been given the location of the Golden Idol by the Lemurian priest. This is his son, the young prince, looking a bit older now, I guess. Maybe? I don't know who this guy is. Some new guy. Anyway, they're heading to the island, I guess, to get the king his fountain of youth. Or the Raja. The enigmatic expiration in a harmonious island commune. And okay, so there. Wait, what? What on earth is this? These are like 3 snapshots in time. It looks that way. So this is like when they arrived, and then the weather got bad, and then it was nighttime. Maybe something like that. And I don't see much changing in here, right? No, there is stuff to look at there in everything but the first time frame. Interesting. Ah, but there's nothing to look at here except during the first time frame. So, like, okay. So they landed, and we get to see what it was like when they landed. And then they moved in here to this... it's not like a town exactly, but it's some sort of constructed place. And then they moved further to here. Okay, got it. Also, are these numbers 0, 1, 2? 1, 2, 3? Probably 0, 1, 2, right? I remember actually, just out of curiosity, in the main game, here, we were introduced to the Lemurian numerical system. Go inside. This. Okay, yeah. So this is 0, no, this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. Okay, good to know. I doubt it's going to be important for this puzzle that I'm supposed to be solving, but just wanted to see. So let's see what happened when they landed. Oh, there's even something out there. Okay, so we see... I mean, it looks like a confrontation between 2 parties, right? Like, these are the locals, and these... I mean, they've got little bits of shipwrecks, so maybe this is a landing party that something went wrong? Like, a big old boat sailed down here, and a canoe came, or, you know, whatever, canoe-like thing, came ashore. And this guy's sick or dying, and they're asking for help, and locals are not happy because they've all got weapons? Or maybe they're just being cautious. Okay, so what's going on over here? Oh, the ship ran aground. So this isn't just a landing party. These are like the survivors, maybe, who took the only lifeboat or what have you. Okay, so this is a large ship that ran aground off the coast. My prince, you are alive. It is thanks to karma that we have evaded death and been brought to the same beach. Jayan. Okay, so this is the Blade Master, huh? I entrust you with guarding and ensuring the safety of the Lemurian priest's son, Zubiri Kara. The old priest shared with me secrets of the Fountain of Youth, but I suspect he may have disclosed more valuable information to his son. Why does the Raja care about protecting the priest's son? If the Raja didn't come on this mission, it would make sense to me. Because he'd be like, oh yeah, protect the son. He's your best chance of getting, the idol and bringing it back to me. And I need it to live. But didn't we see in the intro cinematic that the Raja came along as well? I don't know. Okay, this is the prince. My father is dead, Jayan. I am the last of the Gamini family. Now you serve only me as my royal blade master. You must address me as Raja. Wow, you really got your priorities straight. Okay, so the Raja was dying anyway, I guess. And he said, protect Zubiri because he'll help you find the idol, which, okay, he thinks is the Fountain of Youth, but whatever. And that idol will help my son have more power. Fine. Here's Zubiri. Please do not harm us. We barely survived the storm. We are unarmed and come in peace. It is day 55 of my imprisonment. We have been at sea for 2 weeks, and apparently Monkey Paw Island is within reach. Today, the Blade Master G played some pajak with me and shared his stories of conquest. There is something noble about this man. It is day 56 of my imprisonment. We were on course to arrive at the island tomorrow. However, a storm is brewing, so I expect we will be delayed a day or two. Tissa continues to promise me riches in exchange for secrets pertaining to the Fountain of Youth. Okay, so he was taken captive as sort of a hostage to ensure the priest was telling the truth earlier. And he's been in their custody for about 2 months. And they sailed to the island. Fine. Who are you? Why have you come to our peaceful island? Big wooden staff. Have you forgotten about the importance of sharing? These poor souls have barely survived their ordeal in the storm. We should welcome them to our village, feed them, and tend to their wounds. Okay, so I guess I said all the natives have weapons, but this one doesn't, and she's saying, hey, chill. Okay, so this is the story of their arrival. Next, they went into the village. Are there actually 2 things to look at here? There are, okay. They're just so close together, I don't know. The cursor barely changes. Anyway. What? So these people are... What are they doing with this? I see like a bunch of these things hanging. Are they harvesting a vine? Are they doing laundry? I mean, I don't see clothes, but this looks more like a rack than a natural formation. Maybe this is like a vineyard kind of thing, where they've cultivated plants in an ordered fashion and are now harvesting them? Or otherwise tending to them? Once you have lived here long enough, you will understand. Sorry, I have to run. Kula gave me a list of tasks today. I better not cross her. I will say I like the animation in the original better. Like, just having a frame or 2 that were actually hand animated that it's going back and forth between was more stylized and, like, I don't know, just more compelling than the, oh, here's a face moving back and forth. A stationary face, I think, is better than this. I get that, like, for the the overall scene here, they have things moving back and forth because it's a snapshot of, like, a half a second and it has to go back and forth. But a person's face, you could just have that stand still. What is that scrawled on the wall? Yesterday, the wall was clear. Is this Zubiri? It's hard to tell, but I think so. It is day 13 on the island. Okay, so yes, it is. Kruplu was very excited to tell me everything about the purple peas. It is fascinating that with very little tending, they provide so much nutrition to everyone in the Valley Commune. I enjoyed chatting with him because people are somewhat secretive here. So these are purple peas, apparently. Yeah, giant pea pods with like a kind of purple seam running down the middle. Okay. It is day 14 on the island. It amazes me how harmonious and calm life is in this village. Every adult has to work, no matter their lifespan, but it is not arduous. Perhaps this is how life should always be. So here's the wall. Tomorrow, your incantation expires Vito. Huh. Okay. So they have some sort of duration-based magic, perhaps? That is causing writing to automatically appear on the wall? Like, this looks to me like an ancient computer, right? Like, if the ancients had way more powerful technology, they built this. And it's like... Right? Like, it's doing some mysterious stuff on the inside that's using very powerful technology of some kind. And this is the display. Okay, you're not doing anything. You're just pushing a wheelbarrow full of peas. And over here... I mean, there's houses. People are bringing the peas to the houses. I can go in here as well? Okay. Be respectful, Tissa. In time, you will learn our ways. Can you stop pushing this empty cart around and do some real work? Zarna will not be happy if you continue to shirk your duties, and you will not get supper. Is this... This doesn't look like Tissa to me, but maybe it is. I guess it could be. He's very pale and pushing an empty one. Even the senior villagers have to work for their food despite their age, but I haven't seen that old man do anything useful around here. Is he sick? This guy? Thank you for your kind words, but it was a short vote. Sometimes they do bicker, but only because they have the best interests of our commune at heart. Sometimes I think the Kula votes against Momgo? Just to spite him. They really shouldn't drag you into every small decision. They should be trying to reduce your stress. Maybe if I zoom in on this, I can see what the hell it says. It looks like it says Momgo. Okay. Kids are like playing marbles or something? Ah! We should stop playing. I have to practice our history titles or Auntie Lavu won't be happy with me. I wish I knew how to read so I could order them by their names. Boy, I bet I'll have to do that. Order the tiles chronologically. What? So these are... These are history tiles. What does that mean? They're images of a time in history, but then why are they associated with these like names, these words? So this is some war of some kind. Here a person's talking to one of those you know, like they have at car dealerships where there's a big old column of, like, they have a really tall, skinny, cylindrical balloon with arms, right? And they push air up into it so it dances. That's what this guy's talking to on one of those. Okay, but then here they're just discovering one. They came out of their dwelling in the mountains to harvest plants? This is unclear. It's the same symbol here as here, though. There's a picture of some houses and someone displaying that symbol for some reason. Here they're going into their mountain dwelling, I guess. Okay. You don't need to know how to read, silly. Just look at the pictures. They all make sense. Auntie isn't scary compared to Sterna. Sterna told my mom off yesterday, and my mom cried. These are different pictures. There are so many. Oh my god. What the advertising pylon is incinerating a guy. Okay. This guy is looking at that incinerated guy and saying, fire. Maybe. But now this... No, wait a minute. This guy isn't incinerated. It's like he's alive? Maybe, I guess he's the thing that's inside the advertising pylon. Incinerated a guy and then got out and chased him? Back to the village? Fire here. And he started, like, just vaporizing people. And they sailed away. Exciting. You mean those shiny bits and pieces? They're scattered everywhere. Mona taught us that the children can play with these trinkets so long as they are big enough that the children can't choke on them. Shiny bits and pieces. Oh, I missed this guy. Yes, I did as Virulus asked and brought the repair materials to Vito's dwelling. But tell me, are those really rubies and sapphires and golden coins the children are playing with? Oh, look at this. They have like a little mini golf course for the kids to throw rubies up. To roll rubies up, whatever. Okay. And this is a... Well, not a sauna, but like a communal relaxation hub. This has 2-letter abbreviations for different metallic, not metallic necessarily, minerals anyway, in 2 different categories. There's like the happy bowl and the sad bowl. Ah, this is voting. They voted for and against some stuff. Each person has their own like monogrammed voting chit, so it's public votes, I guess. Okay, so the no's have it, apparently. This clue's been added to the thinking panel. Alright, Valley Commune laws. Big decisions are voted on by the whole commune. Smaller decisions are decided or voted on by the council members. If the council vote is tied, whoever's available from the commune joins the vote. Council responsibilities. Guardian of males. Represents and cares for the males of the commune. Guardian of females. Same thing for the females. Guardian of agriculture. Responsible for farm work and land allocation. Food allocation. Guardian of children. Responsible for the health and education of all young. Okay. I mean, does this include the children? It's sort of unclear, right? But apparently this was an unimportant vote because only the council members voted on it. There's only 5 votes. But it was a tie, and so someone from the village came in and voted no, or from the commune. I agree with Lavu and vote against as well. Oh, okay. You and Lavu were the nays, I guess. We have enough disruption from the people who washed up on shore. We do not need more change. I have enough on my plate with all 3 newcomers being my responsibility. You must be the guardian of males, because no one else's job... Well, I mean, agriculture, I guess. Because are these guys really of the commune? Unclear. But if you're responsible for farm work, like, feeding them certainly could be your responsibility, I guess. But I think it's probably males. I am glad that Sutul agreed with me. No good ever comes from pointless tinkering. We should focus on the stability of our commune and leave things that work well alone. So you two are both the no votes, it seems. Because you said leave stuff alone. You said leave stuff alone. And there were only 2 no votes in this room. She's the guardian of children. A 1-year-old, 3 3-year-olds, 2 5-year-olds, 6 who are 9 or older. Okay. No 2s, 4s, 6s, 7s, or 8s. Seems odd. Maybe that's not quite how they categorize things. So if I had to guess, I mean, this appears to be Lavu and this is Sutul, right? So they both vote against. Stop complaining, Virulus. I have more people to take care of than you, and I manage just fine. So this must be women, right? Yeah. Alright, if this is the result of the vote, I will stop my experiments with the gems. The yams. But I still believe I could get something tasty and new in a couple of generations, which would increase the variety in our food. Now, can we talk about the issue of the lazy newcomer? Alright, so this is farmer, females, children, males. And these voted against the yam experiment, these voted for, and then someone from the village was brought in to vote as well. And they voted no. Well, we don't know the names of all of the... We don't know the names of these people at all. The yes people? Who knows? They're cuz and cuz, right? But these 2 we do know. It was, Lavu and Sutul. And then apparently VM was the ordinary commune member brought in to vote. Which, I mean... it was this guy, right? Thanks for your kind words, but it was a short vote. Sometimes they bicker, but only because they have the best interests of our commune at heart. Yeah. Wait. Kula and Mongo? But we didn't... Those... We don't have a Mongo. Maybe M is... Momgo is, like... I guess Momgo must be a last name. And... Where's Kula? I don't know. One of these guys is Kula. Maybe. One of these 2. It must be him, right? Because... She says, to spite him. So the only M last... Well, no, it could be either of these, couldn't it? But Kula... No, Kula votes against Mongo. So one of these persons votes against one of these to spite him. And it must be... It can't be the guy outside, because he was brought in to resolve the dispute. To resolve the tie. So one of these 2 is named Mongo... and is a male voted against by one of these 2. So it has to be you. Your name is something Momgo. Apparently. Not yet clear why that's important. And you have the initials SV. I don't know yet why I need to know any of that. But they're voting on a yam experiment, and now they're voting on this loser, who's a spoiled prince. Or soon they will, anyway. And lastly, they are... What is happening here? Are they, like, whipping the prince? What? So this person is... Oh. This is the first time I've ever seen an animation in this game that, like, goes forward in time and then just stops. Right? They're pulling on this, and we can, like, watch this person. They're being pulled, and then, like, oh no, they fell over and died. Nagana Bringad Bulbazar. So, I think this is actually nonsense, right? Or, well, It's not Common Lemurian anyway. Because Common Lemurian is translated to English for my convenience, normally. This person is dead. Nagana Bryn God Bol Bazur. Well, this is the flower slash what I called fire earlier that we saw in the history tiles, I guess. So this person is some sort of ceremonial representative talking to the big advertising pylon that murders people. Which is a person in possession of the golden idol. Interesting. And I notice this person is completely covered up. So if they were being aged, we wouldn't know. So maybe this guy's been here for generations, just harvesting youth from the populace when necessary via this ceremony. We don't see them using it on themselves, but yeah, this is the age spell, right? Increase matter age, I think was what this was. Maybe decrease, but like they're pointing it at this guy who just died, so I assume increase matter age. We can double check. By returning to the main game and looking here. Oh, decrease. Decrease matter. Where's your book, Edmund? I mean, this is the age symbol. I remembered that correctly. So it was decreasing matter age that we saw in the new puzzle. Oops, not here. Decrease matter age. And it's definitely being pointed away from the person holding it, towards this person. There's somehow... You're making this person young, but... Well... No, I mean, this person isn't breathing. It's not like they were made young and then, like, passed out. They're dead. Huh. Okay. So let's get our facts sorted here. I mean, I've observed a lot of facts here. What would I say about what's going on that isn't on the thinking panel? Like, I guess the main thing is what's going on with the chronological whatever, right? They wanted me to organize history sheets. It seems like I sort of know who some of the people are. I know what they were voting on. Huh. Okay, what am I supposed to tell you? Who some people are. The guardian of so-and-so, who joined the tiebreaker vote. Order stuff chronologically. So these are... Okay, so you swap them like this. Notably, it doesn't mention, like, in English reading order, or which should be oldest and which should be newest, but the natural thing would be to put the top left, the oldest, furthest in the past thing, and then progress forward in time in natural English reading order. Okay. Interesting. Wow, I need a lot of names here, huh? Well, okay. We know the guardian of agriculture was Momgo, right? Something Momgo? And we had like Sula and, I mean, I don't remember their names already, but... Oh, was I in... It was here, right? Okay, here we go, yeah. So Sutul and Lavu are those two. Maybe I should put the names on them here, so... Lavu is females, Sutul is males. And I don't know their last names at the moment, but they're S and Z. Wait. Oh, sorry. It's these two. They're... One of them is M and D. Okay. How many M names do I have? Is this just a process of elimination thing? It must be Mata, unless they have the same last name, which is possible. But I'm only given two... Well, five total names, right? These first four names are from the expedition. And so is Tissa. Let's actually, I know they're organized by... I just want these guys out separately. So how many names of locals do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So these are probably 10 distinct names, and there's one other name. Well, maybe. One other name I'm not going to use. But this is probably the M name that's not Mongo, right? Mata. I've already forgotten which one of them it is. LM. Okay, we can fill in, I guess, the ones we already know from the last thing. You're Jayanji. You are Tissa, Gamini, and that's Zubiri Kara, right? Wait, where's Kara? Did I miss that one when I was... Ah, that's why we had a spare name. I didn't get Kara out of there. Okay, great. So there are 10 distinct names for the 5 distinct locals, suggesting no shared last names. Okay, so Sutul's name ends with V. And the outsider's name starts with V, right? Or... I don't remember. Ah, Virlus is the V who's in here, which is SV, her. No, him. SV, yes. So the other guy... They're not even asking me for the name of the guy who was brought in, are they? They just want the people in this chamber? Yeah, okay, fine. So not Mr. VM. Or wait. What did I assign these M's to? There's only 2 M last names. And I put Lavu Mata here. Oh, right. But this guy is Momgo, and I just haven't written it down for some reason? I thought I did. I was going... No, Momgo is written... Oh, here! I see. I changed my mind about where I should start. Okay. So I have Lavumata, Mr. Momgo. I have SV taken care of, which was this guy. Wait a minute. These two are the votes against. I was saying that someone always votes against Mr. Momgo just to spite him. And I was thinking, like, oh, this was Mr. Mongo's proposal, so a vote against would be a vote to spite him. Which is true, I guess. KSKZ. So that's these two people, right? They're both Ks, and we have S and Z to go? So you're not a Mongo. You were in favor of something. I called you a Mongo, but that's wrong. You're a Mongo. No? Because I know Mongo was a dude, right? Kula votes against Momgo to spite him. So Kula is one of the people in the yes bucket, one of these two, right? And these two, like, they clearly have an antipathy, right? She's like, oh, you're just a big baby. And he wouldn't be voting against this guy to spite him. This was his idea. So this woman, the guardian of females, must be Kula. And I thought... So Kula was in the yes camp. These two were both yes. This was no. So who are you calling? Okay, Sutul agreed with you. You Lavu votes with you. No, which is... Yeah, these two are both clearly in the no camp. Lavu and the Sutul, L and S. These two, yes. Okay, so I wasn't wrong about that. The only Veerless is SV. That's Sutul. So where's this Mongo guy? It has to be you? Why did I think it wasn't you? Well, yeah, I guess it's you, because we know this guy's Sutul Veerless, so... Okay, well, in that case, if we know you're Sutul Veerless... But how can Momgo be voting against... Kula votes against Momgo to spite him. Okay, so the only person left who can be Kulo, who is voting against Momgo, is one of these two. We've already got his full name, so she must be Miss Kula, right? Lavu Kula. I guess the antipathy that these two had toward each other made me jump to the conclusion that she was voting against him just to annoy him. But that doesn't fit with the names. So who's left? Mr. Momgo's first name starts... Well, we don't know, do we? It's either an L or a V. So we don't know the name of the guy outside? Or, well... So what names do I have left? Zarno... Okay. I have to find... These guys voted no, these guys voted yes. And I have KS and KZ as the yes voters. Well, but how can I have given her a K name if she voted for? Like, how am I this stupid? This isn't hard, right? Do I just keep getting mixed up about who's voting which way or something? Who's talking about whom? 'Cause... like, yes, we do... Oops, I'm trying to click here. We do have a K voting against an M. All the Ks vote against all the M's, so... one of the yes voters, which is one of these two. And, like, okay, you might say, gosh, this looks like a yes and this looks like a no, happy and sad. But that's just, you know, my Western cultural biases showing. Except that these guys have also said, okay, the council voted no, and this is a no. So, like, this is the yes voters, these two. This is the no voters, these two, plus the guy outside. So this person I assigned as Kula just cannot be Kula. And this guy, I mean, he could... he can't be Momgo because Momgo voted no. And this guy clearly wanted to vote yes. That's why you can't be that. And the yeses are both Ks, which are these two. So the no's can't be Ks. So putting Kula here makes no sense. So who again are the no... or the yeses? Work with the yeses. They're KS and KZ. You being Sutul Virless, I think that's pretty good. I can't really argue with that. The other three, I apparently have no damn idea. Okay, Lavu, I know your first name is L. So you must be LM. Which must be Momgo, right? You're voting... no, it can't be Momgo. The opposite of it must be. Kula votes up against Momgo to spite him. In this sentence... well, not the whole sentence, but in this subclause anyway. Kula votes against Momgo just to spite him. Kula is the subject, the person doing the voting. Momgo is the object, sort of, being voted against. To spite him refers to the person being voted against, i.e. Momgo. So Momgo is a him. This conclusion is correct. And... I've already forgotten. Kula must be one of the Ks. A yes voter. A yes voter. So this must be Kula. And this antipathy between... but no, well... who is she spiting? Do I have... maybe... I came very early to the conclusion that because these two are talking to each other, and talking about agreeing with each other, this person talking about Sutul agreeing with her, and this person talking about Lavu agreeing with him, they must agree with each other. And they're both on the no side. But there's a third no, the guy from outside. And this person is speaking in the past tense. Sutul agreed with me. But this person is voting in the present tense. As if somehow that other person who was brought in as a tiebreaker voted before the rest of them voted? Or this doesn't quite make sense. So, I guess this Virless person must not be Sutul Virless. Sutul's the guy outside? Mr. SV, and this is VM? Is everyone using first names to talk to each other or last names? You could imagine either way, right? But like, this guy says Lavu. That's a first name. This person says Sutul. First name. This person says Virless. It would be kind of weird if she were talking to Virless using his last name right after an associate referred to him as Sutul by first name. So I think I got this guy's name wrong. I think that's what's been making me so confused. This is not Sutul Virless. It's Virless Momgo, right? And Sutul does not enter into the picture at all. Unless maybe it's the guy who dies here. Or here. But it is this guy, though. Sutul, and then the other V name, Vito. Okay. So now we can get back to being productive. We know one M name is this guy, Momgo. So the other M name must be her, LM. We already have her as Lavu. Give her Mata and we're all set. Now we just need these two. We know they're both Ks. Kula is the K who wants to spite Momgo, i.e. her. So the other K is you, Kruplu. What about last names? KS and KZ. I'm not so clear on that. Year 324, by the way. Kula and Momgo, yeah, they bicker. Tissa. Zarno. So this is where we're getting a clarification on KS versus KZ. Zarno says don't shirk your duties, talking to this guy. So it could be the Guardian of Males, except that we already know who that is. It's Virless Momgo. Rather, it's the guy about agriculture, Zarno. Distribution of food, right? And so we have KS, which must be Stirna. Okay, finally worked that shit out. Feel like less of an idiot. Now we can do the rest of this pretty easily. You are the Guardian of Females. Guardian of Males was you. Agriculture is you. Oh wait, do I have to... Yeah, your children. Good. Order the tiles chronologically. Now, the weird thing is, there's not really anything here telling me, like, sorry, there's not anything outside the thinking panel telling me the context of any of this. Right? Like, we just kind of have to look at these and say which, you know, what's an order for these that makes sense. There's no clues outside. Like, how on this could this be the word from? Okay. This is the word community? So, ancestors? Brute? Like, what? This person discovered something. Tower? I'm like... Well, that's interesting. This is like a person climbing in, right? Those are their feet sticking out. Protection. Someone is climbing in here and being protected, maybe. This is like baffling to me. There's really nothing here that, like, in any of these other scenes to tell me how these are ordered. Look at the pictures, they all make sense. Are you high? This does not make sense to me. Oh, man. There's not some other... Oh, what is this, by the way? I thought this looked like a little mini golf course for marbles, but it's... maybe like statue construction work or something? Art of some kind, anyway. Your incantation expires. Vito. Well, Vito is the old guy, right? I could maybe just fill this out. Right? Like, without even understanding this chronological shit. Went to the tower, I would say. Spoke an incantation. Probably these were both Vito, right? Like, his incantation expired. Something endangers the something. Could be whenever the Lemurian endangers the something, the community. Maybe he didn't go to the tower. Maybe he went to the Sentinel? Where's the word Sentinel? There it is. I mean, the Sentinel goes and something to the something, probably, right? Banishes the something to the... to the tower, probably, right? Banishes the brute? Whenever something endangers the community. After the incantation was spoken, the golden idol was certainly activated to... And I could swear that said decrease. It just doesn't make sense. Right? With the dot on it, that's decrease, isn't it? Yeah, the dot for decrease. Reduce, whatever. They called it decrease in the last one, but... Reduce lifespan? But it said age, didn't it? Wait a minute. I mean, this symbol, they never gave us a direct translation of in the base game. But I thought this was like the command you used to make yourself young, wasn't it? Maybe I was confused about that, because you have to decrease something before you can increase something. I remember that. Right? Because when the idol decreases a property of an object, say its amount of gold was something they looked at, it does that by taking the gold out of the object and putting it into the idol for storage. And then you can increase something using the stored stuff. So it must be like, you know, this must be the word like vitality or something, not age. And they're calling it lifespan here. So here, well, I guess we won't really know, but yeah, so this is in blue mode with increase of that same symbol. We don't know at the moment whether he's like, you know, increasing something's vitality or whatever. I guess we can't really tell what mode he's using it in. But in the next scenario, the finale, there's a scene here? Yeah. Alistair, I'm doing the same thing. Yeah, so he's like aiming it at himself. Well, not aiming it at anything, actually. I guess I still can't know for sure what he's trying to do. Presumably, his goal is to make himself young. But does he know he has to make something old first? I think he does, because he knows about, like, merit. And he's, like, aiming it at something else to maybe this apple. Famously a test subject for this kind of thing. Like, he's planning to aim at the apple, or maybe even his horse, to suck up that thing's life, and then point at himself later. And currently, it's on increase mode. So this is doing the opposite of what we see the figure in the tower doing. But I still don't know for sure what his goal is with this setting. Is he trying to increase or decrease something's, I would have thought, age? But I guess it's lifespan. And that was just never quite made clear in the main game, or not clear to me anyway. I missed it, I guess. Huh. Well, this is certainly harder than the first scenario in the first DLC. I mean, it has to be lifespan here. From. How on earth could the word from be important here? It can't. Ancestors. I mean, I guess it could fit here. I don't think it does, though. Banishes make sense. Brute could be right. Community, I think we have set. Discovers? This can't be anything. Dweller could be right. Maybe. Emerges can't be right. Lemurian could be something. Protection could fit here? Seems unlikely. The protection endangers the community? Like, that's a thing protection could do. If it's trying to protect something else or failing to protect the community, but trying to. Order them chronologically. So I think... I don't know. Why am I being asked to order these? Is it so that I can understand what their tradition is, how they usually interact with this object? Maybe. This makes no sense to me. I mean, ancestors. That's an old thing. Is it the oldest thing? They're going into the mountain, and they're leaving their boat. Well, okay, so maybe... I don't know. It sort of looks... This looks almost like the present day. Lemurians have landed here, right? And people on shore greeted them. But these are history tiles, right? These are ancient wood carvings or whatever. This is not something they just added to the children's curriculum a week ago. So I think, like, Lemurians landed here and became their ancestors just by virtue of living here and having, you know, lineage. So a brute. The brutes, maybe the Lemurians of old, came and burned down the town, and their ancestors sailed away somewhere, right? Like, the brutes are winning the battle, and this is on fire, suggesting that these guys, the ancestors, are fleeing their burning home, kind of, right? Now this is interesting, actually. Look at this. The psycho who lives in the tower, the brute probably, has at some point gone on a rampage, incinerating people. But this person has a magic word or talisman of some kind. And it attempted to incinerate him, but it just bounced off. And he found the talisman here at... I don't know, it is the sentinel that he has found somehow, right? So whatever thing lives in the tower, they don't think of it as the sentinel. The sentinel is what protects them from the brute. So it must be the sentinel, then, that banishes the brute to the tower until next time. I'm pretty sure the person who spoke the incantation, like, that old guy is, like, the designated sentinel for a long time, is my thinking, right? So, like, I kind of think this is correct for the scroll, even though I don't understand the tiles at all. But then the golden idol killed the guy. So, like, clearly it's not perfect protection. Okay, a few things are incorrect, huh? Well, it can't be the name, because if it were, they would be wrong in both places. Clearly the same guy who spoke the... Oh, by the way, this has the same, like... These are the magic words. Right? And the person who spoke them died. So the two names here are the same name. So if two or fewer are incorrect, it's not the name. It's something else. And we're pretty sure about all the stuff down here as well. So it has to be one of these golden words, or the gray words I have wrong. Which makes sense, because they're from the tiles and I don't understand. Like, I'm supposed to... I don't know. I guess, like, I'm supposed to learn some things from these tiles. Like, the protection stops the beast from killing you, that we don't like the beast, that the magic word banishes the beast into the tower. Fine. I don't know how on earth I could order this chronologically. There's not enough context. Some of them I can order relative to each other, but the whole thing, it's insane. Okay, so let's interview the locals, the populace again. Here, we're just kind of getting... Yeah, like, no one's really talking. They're just doing their thing. And there's this ritual, and this guy speaks the incantation and dies. The meat of everything that's happening is here. Right? In the village. Vaito's incantation expires, so he goes back and does it again, because he's the sentinel. Oh, here's another way we could have found out who was the king of livestock. The guardian of agriculture, Group Blue. So these people are Lemurians with a weird dialect. Oh, did I not read this text before? Oh, maybe that's what was supposed to help me sort everything out. I somehow missed this text the first time I interviewed you. They're Lemurians, but I've not heard their dialect anywhere. Locals are enigmatic about their history, but I overheard a child chanting. The Exodus came first, then the finding of accursed, last tragedy dispersed. Okay, so maybe with local ordering I could do this then, because that gives me a sort of global ordering. An Exodus. I mean, sounds like this is first. They fled somewhere. And they landed here. And God. I just don't know. They were happily picking lemons or something. They went, no, they went into the mountain and then they lived there for a while. And well, maybe these actually form sentences? Brute banishes Lemurian ancestors? This kind of all goes together, right? Dweller. I mean, I get, like, emerges from tower is a thing. Like, sentinel emerges from tower. Is this an order of things that makes sense? Not really. It makes sense as a sentence, but the order of these things, they're supposed to be chronological, and this doesn't make sense to me. So someone, I guess, discovers, let's see, protection from dispersed, then no. Exodus, accursed, dispersed. So, I mean, Dweller looks like it should be next, right? In terms of the chronology here. Because it comes right after this and just shows them kind of going about their life. So emerges from should go together, right? Dweller emerges from tower? This sort of makes sense, right? Whoever lived in the tower, like they just went and checked it out. What's up with this tower? It zapped them and then it went on a rampage, right? And then the Sentinel discovers protection for the community. Okay, we're close. Discovers community protection? And that these two line up better anyway. The Sentinel said, "You can't touch me. Get back in your tower, you sicko." Okay. Fine. Now, it doesn't tell me, like, what they call the guy in the tower. Is it a brute? I mean, the brute is here, right? So, it's actually the dweller that endangers the community, right? I guess. Banishes again the dweller. Okay, so I had one word wrong in this whole thing, which is that it looked to me like it was a brute. But I guess it wasn't a brute, it was just a bad guy, right? It was a very powerful bad guy with magic powers, not exactly a brute. They called it a dweller. Sutul Vaito was the designated sentinel for the Monkey Paw Island community. When the time came, in accordance with local tradition, he took up his armor and set forth to the tower. There he met his demise when the golden idol was used on him to reduce his lifespan. But why? He was the sentinel. He just, like... They had this incantation that apparently worked, protected them from getting murdered by the dweller. And made the dweller hide because he was afraid of the incantation or something. And it worked, like, a few weeks ago. Actually, I guess nothing told me how long this incantation was. For some reason, I assumed it was 2 weeks. For some reason, he went out there today, or, well, soon in the future, spoke the incantation, and the monster's like, "I will zap you to death instead." Did he have trouble saying it? Nagana Brin God Bol Bazur, right? Isn't that? It looks like he said. Looks to me like he said it right. Interesting. Also, don't know what this is. Doesn't seem to matter at the moment. Okay. Increase death, the two leftover words. I love it. Well, that was a tougher start than the last one. Hopefully this leads... I don't know. Hopefully this all comes... A, stays interesting. B, starts to make any damn sense. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.